All right, let's call this my holiday week watch list because there's some stuff on here that normally I wouldn't have on watch, but it just might work this week. So UAL, this isn't a very pretty chart as far as you look at it and you don't say, well, this is ready to break out or anything like that. However, it's been in a range for about a week now. Okay, these are daily candles. Switch to 30-minute. And actually a pretty nice strong close today. So it's breaking out over this week's range, closed at 42.26. So I actually have this on long watch, but not just because of this chart. But if you look at DAL, it's starting to break to the upside. LUV, I'm just talking about other airlines here. LUV really strong. AAL kind of hanging out near recent highs. Geez, I'm drawing a blank on other airlines. JetBlue, let's look at that one. Yeah, so I mean they're generally strong, and UAL is kind of lagging. So if the airlines get another push with UAL kind of sneaking above at the end of the day here, sneaking above this 5-day range, I'm going to look for a long in this one just because it's kind of lagging. So I'll watch that group and see. Here's a quiet setup. EJ, it's just been in a range here between 8 and 9 and is trying to sneak up. Again, 30-minute candles, 60-minute candles. You can kind of see it here. You got a little cup and handle. So up over 920. This could be a quiet little trade that could go. This one can move nicely at times percentage-wise. AGO. I drew a line here at basically close to some recent lows. If I'd have put the line at the bottom of these tails here, whoops, notice what happens. It's right about where the 200-day is. So that's a really neat looking area. If it gets down to 23.20-ish, you'll have the 200-day as support. You'll have a stock that's fallen about 7 or 8 days in a row at an area of price support. So if I get this down to there, I'll be looking for a long on an intraday basis on AGO, CBSO. Remember, I'm a day trader, guys. I'm not looking at these charts looking months down the road. I'm looking for trades tomorrow. A lot of times I'll get emails saying, hey, that chart looks terrible. Why are you looking to go long? Because I'm looking to go long tomorrow, right, and go back to cash. So CBSO, fairly new issue here. I spun off, I think, from CBS. Straight down 3 days in a row and nearing support around 31. Was resistance back here, support here. So there's another area that I'm looking for an intraday bounce. EGHT. This one kind of trying to break out. Wasn't very strong today, relatively speaking, but I still want that one on my watch list. And this is the part of the list. ONVO, nice volume here and kind of going sideways. So that one gets big spikes at times on an intraday basis. You can see a big volume spike here, base for a little bit, another shot up. So that one's on watch. And now we're getting into the part of the list that I call the holiday list because it's a lot of cheaper, low volume or thinner stocks, but these things can move on these holiday weeks. So XGTI again finally got down to about $2. That one's on bounce watch. MVIS, I like this stock a lot for some reason. Just this chart has had my attention. Really thought we were going to break out this day, and then it was right back down, but then nice volume today. So MVIS goes back on watch. The high today was 227. We'll see what happens tomorrow if I can get any kind of setup. GERN, big, they had the gap up here, then a big spike yesterday and kind of a quiet day today. So that one could get kind of a pop and then a rest day and then another pop. So remember, it doesn't cost you anything to have these on charts. And if you have them on charts, you might get a nice intraday setup and be like one of the first in before a big pop. So CNAT, big pop here, a little bit of a lower high still, and then a quiet day today. So sort of you see a theme going on here. This quiet day today really didn't do anything, but this is one that's very close to another possible big move. And this one, as you can see from this day, can have really big moves at times. UNXL, a thinner stock again, but has a lot of shorts in it. And let's see, had a big move here from 5 to over 9. It kind of had a lower high here, but you notice it's got some resistance right here, and up over that, it could retest and break out above this 9 area. And these are 60-minute candles, so you got to like this up over 850 with any kind of volume. You want to see volume with that, and we could get a quick move to 950 or 10. So keep this one on watch. Has it consolidated enough after this pop? I'm not sure. And when I say that, I don't mean to imply that it's definitely going to go to 10 one of these days. It may just roll over as well. So that's why I take everything on an intraday basis when they're triggering, meeting my parameters. And then also STEM, huge move here, a lower high here, but it hasn't broken its early high in about 4 or 5 days. So What I mean by that is right here, these are 15-minute candles. This was the opening 15-minute candle high that day. You notice the rest of the day it never broke that high. And as we go through the days, same thing. Today it stayed in a range for, it's getting in a more and more narrow range. So I prefer these things to break out in the afternoon. But again, STEM doesn't cost you anything to have it on a chart. And that's the list I'm starting with. A great job in the chat room today by the group spotting intraday volume spikes and some nice setups. And so we may trade all or none of these tomorrow. We may trade a whole different group of stuff as the day unfolds. But that's the list I'm starting with. I'm going to quit babbling, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.